everyone. In this video we will look at the membership and the identity operators that are available to us in Python. So coming to the very basic question, what are membership operators? Membership operators are those operators which allow us to check whether a certain value is present in a particular set of elements. So there are two major types of membership operators available to us in Python. Those are the n and the not n operators. So let's look at the examples in our Jupyter notebook. So I'm going to shift to my Jupyter notebook. Now, let's say that we have a string. Let's say we have a string called a, and the value of a is, let's say I just write the string, hi, this is Python. Okay, once we have this string, now let's say if I have to check whether or not this string hi is present in our element or this variable a. So if I say hi in a and if I run this, it will give me the value as true. That is, it says that this particular set of string hi is there in our complete string hi, this is Python. What is most interesting about this membership operator is that even if I write a small case or a lowercase hi and I mention hi in a, Python will still recognize it and we will get the value as true. Okay, now the next thing we will look at is the other operator, that is not an. So I'll simply say hi not in a. That is, we're saying asking Python whether or not this element is not present in the variable a. And since in a is true, so not in should be false. So this is a negation in and not in. The other set of example, let's take set of numbers this time. So I'm going to create a list of numbers 1, 2, 3. And let's check whether the element 2 is present in the list. So 2 in B, I'll get true. But let's say if we ask for something which is not there. So let's say if I say 5 in B, so I'll get the value as false. Now, there's one more thing you have to always remember. Whether you're using in or not in, always remember that you are going to check the similar kind of element with whatever you're trying to compare with. So for example, let's say if I try and check whether I have 5 in this variable called a. A was a string which is this particular string, hi, this is Python. And now I'm trying to check whether 5 is there in this particular string. If I run this, Python is going to throw me an error saying that there's a type error where a is a string type. Okay, so a string type requires a string on the left operand. That is, this whatever we're trying to search or compare, this should have been a string. Instead of string, we passed in an integer here. We passed in the integer 5. So here we will get a type error. So you have to be very sure to keep your elements in such a way that you check the right type of data in the search. Okay, so coming back to the presentation, The next set of operators that we have are known as the identity operators. Now, the identity operators is such operators which will allow us to check whether or not a certain set of variables are located in the same memory place. That is, when you're using your computer, the computer has to select a particular space to store your variables. Now, let's say if we create 10 variables, these 10 variables have to be stored. So the system, it is up to the system how it is going to store the variables. Now, to check or not whether a certain so let's say if we have two variables and we want to check whether these two set of variables are identical and equal, we need to do that using an identity operator. Now, to understand what is this meaning of identical and equal, let's see this with an example in Python. So, for the identity operators, I'm going to first declare a set of variables. This will make our life a little easy to understand things much faster. Okay, so we have a variable called a1 and I'm giving the value as 10. The second variable is b1 and its value is also 10. The third variable that we have, let's call it a2, and this time I'm going to give it the string hi. Similarly, even let's create this variable b2 and let's give it the same value. Now, the third set of variables that I'm creating are a list of numbers. So let's create a list a3 and we give the list values as 1, 2, 3. Similarly, b3, let's create the same set of numbers. So 1, 2, 3. So looking at the variables, you can say that all the variables are equal to each other. That is, all sets of A is equal to sets of B. A1 is equal to B1, A2 is equal to B2, A3 is equal to B3 in value. Okay, so you can say all of them are equal. But now we have to check whether or not they're identical. And to do that, all you have to do is you can just type in A1 is B1. This is the identity operator is. So A1 is B1. If we run, we get the value as true. That is, A1 and B1, both of them are numbers and both of them are pointing towards the same memory location. So hence they are identical in equal and identical. Similarly, let's try the same thing with A2. A2 was strings. We have string hi. Let's see whether or not they're identical. So I'll say A2 is B2. And if we run this, we still get the value as true. That is, both of them are pointing towards the same memory location. So even A2 and B2 are equal and identical. Now, the next set that we have are a list of numbers. Both of them are equal, but let's check whether or not they're identical. So if I write A3 is B3. Now we say it is Python is showing that it is false. That is, Python is saying that these two variables A3 and B3, even though they are equal, that is both of them are storing the elements 1, 2, 3, they're not in the same location. So they have been saved in two different places. So they are not identical in nature. They are equal, but they are not identical. So this is how you can check identity operators, and like we saw in the membership operator where we had in and not in, the exact same thing is available for the identity operators, that is and is not. So A3 is not B3. If I type this and if I run, it should give me true. Okay. And if we say A1 is not B1, then we should be getting a value as false because they are equal and identical. Okay, so these are the set of membership and identity operators that we have in Python. This is what I had for you guys in this video. Thank you.